One of the things that I love about being a YouTuber is the subscribers, the audience, the viewers. The reason why is you guys are really smart. Definitely you guys are smarter than me, collectively for sure. So you might have heard the term before, all of us are smarter than one of us. So anytime I have a question, a concern, if I'm need some kind of idea on something, I always ask you guys to comment down below in the comments and give me some kind of idea on what I might want to do. And you guys always come through. You've got great ideas. Some are not always the greatest, but a lot of them are really wonderful ideas. So today I'm going to ask you for 2 tanks that I want to decorate and also stock. And I'm going to let you guys kind of help me decide what I'm going to put in there. Hey fish friends, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks. I'm down in my fish room. Actually, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button down there because it does help my channel a lot. So anyway, for those of you that are new to my channel, or if you haven't been watching very long, I do have a lot of fish tanks. Recently, I kind of went through a change in my fish room where I decided to have less tanks and kind of get away from a lot of the breeding that I was doing and kind of focus more on just keeping some cool fish that I've never kept before, I haven't kept in a long time, and just kind of have more decorative tanks. In addition to kind of getting away from the breeding program, I wanted to make it a lot easier for me. So before I think I had 30 tanks down here in the fish room, 30, maybe 31 actually, because I added one. Well, now I have 23. So basically I took like 8 tanks down, and I got rid of a bunch of small tanks. Well, I sold some, and a bunch of them are in storage behind me. And then I also bought some different tanks. So I got some 40 breeders to replace the small tanks. I got a 40 gallon for one of the mudskipper tanks. But anyway, down here behind me, and I'm going to show you here in a second, I have 2 tanks that I need to stock. So one of them is a 40 breeder that is currently just filled with a bunch of peacock fry. So I'm gonna move those to another tank. And then the one down here to my left, which I'll show you guys, is right now housing a pair of 5-star general cichlids, which are kind of some hyper aggressive cichlids from West Africa. And I have a bunch of Congo tetras in there. So the Congo tetras are going to go in the Oscar tank. They're going to go in the 125. They're getting pretty big now. I've had them for quite a while, or several weeks at least, so they've been putting on some size. And then the peacocks I'll move to another tank. So anyway, I am going to flip the camera around and ask you guys what you think I should do with these 2 40 breeders. Before we get started looking at the 40 breeders, let's just take a look at a couple of the mudskipper tanks. If I don't, you guys are going to ask about it in the comments down below anyway. So I'll just give you guys kind of an update because I did change this up a little bit. So this is a 40 gallon tank. This is brackish water, meaning it's a mixture of salt water and fresh water. I have 6 Indian mudskippers in this paludarium, and I have a bunch of bumblebee gobies. So there's like 8 bumblebee gobies in here, and they swim around down here in the water. And then the mudskippers kind of live more of their time above land. They can go in the water, and they will go in the water at times, but they do like to spend more of their time up above the surface. So in this tank, the only thing that I changed really is I moved a bunch of rocks around. So I used to have a bunch of smaller rocks piled up over here in this corner. I replaced those with this one big rock and then a rock on top to kind of create an island. And then those smaller rocks, what I did is I kind of lined them up along the beach area, because what I found is before, when the mudskippers would kind of jump and climb, all the sand and gravel would kind of fall down, and I kind of like a pile down here down below. So now I don't have that problem with the rocks kind of piled up and kind of creating like a retaining wall. So what that allowed me to do is actually add more water. So there's probably about I don't know, maybe 1.5 to 2 more inches of water in this tank. So that's more swimming area for the gobies. And then the mudskippers have plenty of land. So other than that, this is pretty much the same. They still are doing very well. The plants that I put in here along the back, those are the live plants. They're doing very well. And then of course we have the synthetic plant from Elite Cichlids. And now we're over here at the African mudskipper tank. So in this tank I have 4 African mudskippers. They're about 3 times the size of the Indian mudskipper, so much larger. And then there is a figure 8 puffer in here as well. The mudskippers are called Larry, Curly, Mo, and Shemp. They are very fun. They're getting very big. And then the name of the puffer is Poe. I just did a water change in here probably about 45 minutes ago or so, which is why it's a little bit cloudy. And there's Poe back there. You can see him kind of swimming right up here towards the glass. He probably thinks, hey, do you have any food? No food for you right now, buddy. But anyway, these guys are doing well. No change in here since the last video that I made about this tank. Obviously, we added the synthetic plants also from Elite Cichlids. All right, so now we are in the section where I need your guys' advice. I need your help. Helping me come up with an idea. So this is a 40-gallon breeder. This is right below the mudskipper tank. Now, what I want to do is I want to do what's called a blackwater tank. So I want to have kind of a South American biotope style aquarium. I'm probably going to do some kind of sand substrate, and I'll have some wood in there and some leaves that are just kind of not rotting, but you know, decaying leaves to add to kind of the leaf litter on the bottom of the tank. Also to add some tannins along with the wood so that it kind of has like a tea color. And I want to do something down here that I think will, you know, that can be housed in a 40 breeder long term. So I want to know what you guys think as far as what should I do in here. I think that Corydoras would be great, some type of Corydora, and then I don't know. This is where I want to leave it up to you guys to really help me come up with an idea. I recently made a video about my visit up to Seattle. I went to Dean's Fishroom, and there we saw the Geophagus. So those Geophagus Atapajos might be too big for a 40 breeder. I don't know. I've kept Geophagus before. It was a long time ago, and I had them in a 55. They were fine there, but I'm not quite sure if they would do well in a 40 breeder. So for those of you that have any experience with earth eaters, if you have any idea about, you know, maybe putting them in there, would they do okay? You know, would that be too much tannins? I don't know. So anyway, I would love to get some advice here on what to do in the blackwater tank. So as far as wood, I'm probably gonna do, well, we'll keep that a surprise for now, but definitely I'm gonna have substrate and leaves in there and then some type of wood. So the other thing I like about this section right here is this is a very dark area normally. So there's just a little bit of a LED strip on top. So normally it would be dark. So really kind of adding to that blackwater look, but then I do have a little light up here that I mounted that I can, you know, come down and view and film and share with all of you so that we can see the fish. Of course, I could always do the nighttime version as well with the blue light if I have the lights off in here. So anyway, that is an idea that I want to do for this 40 breeder. So again, down below in the comments, let me know what you guys would like to see and what you think I should do. All right, right next to it, I have another 40 breeder. Currently, right now, I just have those Congo tetras that are growing out. They are going to be going in this Oscar tank here very shortly. And then I do have those 5-star generals, which are kind of like a jewel cichlid, related to the jewel cichlid. Super, super aggressive though. So I'm not sure. This is kind of a tank that I don't really know what to do with this tank. You know, should I get like a tight fitting lid and do like a Bashir, you know, however you want to, you know, say that, potato, tomato, but maybe like I could do some kind of, you know, Congo setup minus the Congo tetras, you know, some kind of West Africa setup and do something like that. Obviously it would have to be a smaller one because they can get big. So again, 40 breeder, not huge. So maybe that might be too small for the Bashir. So anyway, I would love to get some ideas on what you think I should do with this tank. If I can keep the 5-star generals in there for, you know, for good, that would be great. If I can't, I can always put them in another tank. I do have some other options. So anyway, I want to get your ideas there as well. and let me know what you think I should put down below in this 40 breeder. So again, remember, 40 breeder, 40 gallons, 3 feet long, 18 inches front to back. So that's really the most important part as far as a large footprint. So anyway, so we've got the West African, or whatever we want to do here, and then we've got the little South American blackwater biotope. So again, ideas down below in the comments. You guys are geniuses. Help me out. Okay, well, what's a fish room tour without a visit with Oscar and Felix, the odd couple, my 2 Oscars? So for those of you that haven't, followed the story, it's quite a story. We're not going to get into it now, but quite a ordeal that this guy has been in here, Oscar, and then this is Felix here, his newest tank mate. So anyway, just thought I would share with you guys what's going on in this tank. Not a whole lot. I've moved the decor around a tiny bit. I added a pleco that was in that tank before. I took the pleco out of that tank and put him in here, and then there are 3 Synodontis in there that are probably about 7 or 8 inches. So right now, just the 4 catfish, the 2 Oscars, and then later on we will put the Congo Tetras in there. So that was it, just a short little video, again, reaching out to you guys, the audience, to help me come up with an idea on what to do with these 240 breeders. I really do appreciate you guys commenting on my videos. A lot of you have really helped me out. Even most recently with the discus tank upstairs. The two discus that I have in there, they're still doing well, so thank you guys for commenting on that one as well. Anyway, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment down below on what you think I should put in these tanks, keeping in mind that they are 40 breeders and I can't fit anything else down there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.